Thank you. Good morning, everyone. On behalf of IFFCO, I am very delighted to be a part of this important event today. And I would like to extend my greetings to Honorable Shri Suresh Prabhuji, Shri Dilip Singhani ji, Shri Minish Shah, Shri T. Nanda Kumar, Professor Umakant Das, Mr. Balu Iyer, Dr. C. Shambhu Prasad, Mr. C.S. Reddy, as well as all the other eminent cooperators and dignitaries who are participating in this event as a part of Dr. Verghese Kurian centenary celebrations. During the past 1.5 years, COVID-19, as we all know, has been one of the biggest challenges in the recent human history. In this period of hardship, cooperatives in India exhibited their rapid response to the pandemic by enabling engagement and cooperation amongst cooperatives and their members, providing help to those in distress during this crisis, and sharing the contributions of members to help the society at large. As a cooperative with Pan-India presence, we at IFFCO tried our best to mitigate the pandemic effects by extending prioritized help and multifarious support to vulnerable sections during this grim situation of COVID-19, apart from ensuring production at its plants to provide the much needed fertilizers to the farmers. Break the Corona chain social awareness campaigns in more than 5,000 locations and distribution of essential items of food, medicines and hygiene to more than 12 lakh farmers and needy persons were some such efforts in a series of various other initiatives of IFFCO, apart from the contribution of rupees 25 crore towards PM CARES Fund. In addition, IFFCO, we have also set up 5 oxygen plants, which will facilitate and do so even in future if there is a third wave, free oxygen supply to hospitals during this pandemic crisis. While the existence of strong public and private sectors has been an accepted norm, a balanced society structures requires active participation of cooperatives, mutuals, and other social and non-governmental institutions which actually touch upon the lives of people. It is in this context that governments need to foster the growth of cooperatives by providing a supportive policy and legal framework consistent with the nature and functions of cooperatives, which should be guided by the cooperative values and principles. It should encourage the development of cooperatives as autonomous and self-managed enterprises, particularly in areas where cooperatives have an important role to play or provide services that are not otherwise provided. Cooperative is indeed a true people-based movement reaching up to the grassroots level. When we refer to the famous 7 cooperative principles, the 4th principle, dealing with the autonomy and independence, is a key characteristic of a cooperative, which allows cooperatives to do business democratically according to cooperative principles and values. It emphasizes that cooperatives must be free of intervention from governments or other sources so that members are able to control their own destiny. It is therefore necessary to provide enabling environment to cooperatives according to this principle in order to support and strengthen cooperative economies to create a strong, sustainable, livable economic framework at the grassroots level. Thus, autonomy and independence are key characteristics of a cooperative, and the essence of cooperative identity is based on values of self-help, self-responsibility, and democratic functioning. Democratic governance by the members is a fundamental part of cooperatives that is not to be surrendered for any reason, even for business partnerships or capital requirements. Any regulatory measures for an oversight over cooperatives should be on terms as appropriate to their nature and functions, which respect their autonomy, are in accordance with the national laws and practices, and which are no less favorable than those applicable to other forms of enterprises and social organizations. Over the past years in India, the cooperative movement has played a crucial role in the dairy, agriculture, fertilizers, banking, fishing, housing sectors. When we talk of dairy cooperatives in India, the first name that comes to our mind is that of Dr. Kurian, who is also known as the father of the White Revolution in India. Dr. Kurian believed that the greatest asset of this country is its people, and we have to dedicate our life to the task of harnessing the power of the people in a manner which can improve their lives. Dr. Kurian set up cooperative structure where the organization is not owned by an individual, but all producer members who are stakeholders and decision makers at every stage. This structure has led to boost the cooperative sector in India through formation of various successful cooperatives like Amul, IFFCO, CRIPCO, and even societies like Uralungul Labor Contract Society. And some of these entities have become international icons. IFFCO as a cooperative was founded in 1967 with just 57 cooperatives under the guidance of visionary cooperative leaders of that time. Today, IFFCO is one of India's biggest cooperatives recognized globally, which is wholly owned by about 36,000 member cooperatives and having annual turnover of about rupees 28,000 crore. With our 17 joint venture subsidiaries and associates, our group turnover touches about rupees 40,000 crores. And we have been, as a cooperative, active and far ahead of others in terms of innovations in agri products. And recently, nano urea is one of our innovative products introduced in market. The enactment of Multi-State Cooperative Societies Act 2002 by the Government of India was a good step in the direction of providing functional autonomy and independence to multi-state cooperatives. IFFCO's amended bylaws, in accordance with the provisions of this act, promote autonomy and independence in the interest of its members. We have adopted the best and responsible business practices in our corporate governance structure. And this is all under the able cooperative leadership of our board and a highly committed professional management. At IFFCO, we are wholly dedicated to serve our members who are farmers at large, uplift their socio-economic conditions, and take the benefits of cooperation to the last mile, along with the achievement of sustainable development goals. IFFCO was recently ranked as #1 cooperative in the world based on the ratio of turnover over GDP per capita in 2020 edition of the World Cooperative Monitor report. As we all know, for the past 7 years, our Honorable Prime Minister, through his various initiatives, has been continuously working for the welfare of the villages, poor people and farmers of the country, and making the businesses related to them self-reliant. Further, as India celebrates 75th year of independence as a nation, under his vision of India at the rate 75, it captures key messages such as development must become a mass movement in which every Indian recognizes her role and also experiences the tangible benefits accruing in the form of better ease of living. Development strategies should help achieve broad-based economic growth to ensure balanced development across all regions and states and across sectors. Cooperatives, being people-centric, will play an very important role in achieving these goals for doubling the farmer's income as well as working towards India at 75 vision. Cooperatives still face handicaps in different operational areas due to legal and administrative constraints. I just give you 2 examples. For example, RBI has a definition of an Indian party. That definition includes a company, a partnership firm, an LLP, but it does not include cooperatives. For the last 10 years, 15 years, we have been approaching RBI to allow accredited co-ops like IFFCO and many of the other entities to be covered under this definition as it facilitates for them making overseas investments under automatic route and other parameters. But so far, that has not been accepted. We are sure that under the new Ministry of Cooperation, headed by Honorable Shri Amit Shah Ji, cooperatives from different sectors will be considerably benefited with initiatives that focus on ease of doing business for cooperatives, providing them level playing fields, especially in accessing funding and bringing them prosperity. As they say, Sahkar se Samriddhi. As IFFCO and on my personal behalf, we really appreciate the efforts of IRMA and ICA for organizing this consultation on autonomy and independence of cooperatives in India. Our special thanks and congratulations to IRMA for hosting this event in pursuit of its continued efforts to create awareness and contribute towards cooperative development in the country. I'm sure that the agenda of today's consultation with participation of eminent speakers would be an excellent opportunity to debate as to how recent developments have helped in enabling autonomy and independence of cooperatives in India, and what more needs to be done to unshackle them from government controls and provide them with a level playing field to effectively compete with the private sector. I thank you all for your patience and for giving me time for participating in this event. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Rakesh.